I'm sure this will help a lot of you guys. So I was reading a book called Reality Transurfing. And basically, there is a chapter that is dedicated to excess potential. Basically, when you put something on a pedestal, the author says that when you do this, there is a balancing force that has to come into fruition to balance things out when you put something on a pedestal. This is why when you are obsessed with something, like in a bad way, like you are putting it on a pedestal and you are afraid to lose it, you are giving it an excess potential, and it gotta be balanced out. This is how the universe works. This is why most of the time when you put someone on the pedestal, they just leave you. They just do the most horrendous things to you. This is because this is a balancing mechanism to make the balance happen. So what I want you to do is, don't put anything on a pedestal. And this goes hand in hand with Neville Goddard's teachings. Neville always talks about being in a state that implies the fulfillment of your desire. A scene that would imply that you are already that man or that woman that you want to be. And now it's making so much sense, because now you want to embody a state that is so natural to you to have this thing. This is why he always talked about, don't just go to a scene that you are getting what you want, but go beyond it. Like maybe 1 month later. 1 month later, it will be natural to you to have this thing that you want, maybe that money or that car or that house or that relationship. It will be so much easier for you to just go beyond this point of achieving the thing that you want, so you won't put it on the pedestal. You won't give it excess potential, because when you do, something of an opposite nature will come to balance it out. This is why most people say, like, when you do something big, expect something bad. They are programmed like that because they are given that thing so much energy, an excess energy. So it's not serving them because they imply the lack of it. So when you give something so much energy in this side, something in the opposite gotta raise. Like something will happen that will balance things out. This is why many religions, they would tell you to be calm and serene, not overly excited and not very sad. These things will just ruin you. I'm here to tell you something. When you are acting, for example, in love, unconditional love, you are not giving anything excess potential. When you are true to yourself, you are not trying so hard, so you're not putting energy out so much that you are giving it to a specific outcome that will try to just balance things out by giving another opposite force a chance to balance it. You're giving the world or the universe this chance by doing that. And this is a law. You gotta be in the middle. You gotta be zen. You should be happy. I'm not telling you you shouldn't be ecstatic when something good happens, but I'm telling you to not give energy to the things that you have. Like when you possess something, when you have something or in possession of something, don't tell your mind that if you lose this, then I'm miserable. No. Tell yourself that this is the natural state for you. Like, do you think a billionaire, for example, is just ecstatic every single day? It became a second nature to him to have all this money, just like going and brushing his teeth. It's normal for him, right? This is what I want you to do. Don't put anything on a pedestal, whatever it might be. Don't do that. Many times, if you really think about it, like, I thought about this and I found it correct. When you put something on a pedestal, whether you will lose it or you will get it, but after some time, you'll be so afraid to lose it that you will lose it, because this is the balancing mechanism of the universe. And if you think about it, when you are serene and calm and happy within yourself without anything, happy for just the sake of it, all of a sudden, good things happen to you. Good things will happen because these things are in the same vibration as you. when you are at the vibration of love, for example, you will attract things that are lovely, that are good. You won't attract bad people, and if you do, they are trying to get you into a pendulum. This is a thing that the author talked about in the book. A pendulum is basically something that is trying to suck the energy out of you, like drain you out. And negative emotions can be destructive because once you entertain a thought that is negative, you get to another one and another one and another one. So all of a sudden, you see that you are going downhill with all these negative thoughts because thoughts will materialize in your world. When you wake up and you have a positive attitude towards the world, you will be much more better and much more happier because things will start to accelerate in a positive way. Unlike when you actually entertain a bad thought or a negative emotion, this can ruin your life. But now you have to transurf your reality. Reality transurfing. You set intention, okay, I want to do this. And at the same time, you find yourself not putting it on a pedestal because it will be normal for you. And this is where Neville Gotter's teachings come into play, because when you think about Neville is talking about becoming one with your desire. Like not I will, no, you already are that person. So you are emitting that vibration. You're not afraid that it won't come because you already have it. You won't look for it because you already have it. It's pretty simple, but at the same time, you've been conditioned that we gotta do many things in order to have our desires. But after reading this book, Reality Transurfing, which I highly recommend you read, it's really amazing to think about it. And one of the techniques in that book, or the methods, I would say, is creating vision that would imply the fulfillment of your desire. Just like Neville talked about, like it's pretty much the same. But in this case, you want to embody that state so much during your day until it becomes natural to you. Neville was telling you to do it maybe when you're about to go to sleep because your analytical mind won't resist this idea. And I get his point, right? I get his point and I agree. But you can do it so much during the day, so it will become easier for you to do it before you go to bed. So the purpose of this video is just to tell you, stop wanting and start having, and your life will completely change. When you stop wanting things, you will start having them. And if you think about it, when you put someone or something on a pedestal, oftentimes you lose it. Or when you get it, you are afraid to lose it. And as a consequence, you lose it. As a byproduct, you lose it. Because fear will attract fear. So you gotta be zen. You gotta find your natural state of being. Hopefully it's something with high vibration, like love, like peace, like joy. And I'm not telling you that you shouldn't be ecstatic. I'm telling you to be ecstatic, but to make it natural for you. Make ecstasy a natural thing for you. If you feel like you want to get rich to the point that you won't even recognize your old life, then you gotta work on your belief system that this is natural for you to have. This is so natural to me, it's not a big deal. I know it can be tricky. I know it's hard to grasp, but try it out. Try to take things off the pedestal or people off the pedestal and focus on just becoming in harmony with your desire. No forcing, you're not trying to give excess energy to something. You're just accepting a thing as yours. You're accepting it. You're setting an intention that this is what I want. So this is who I am. So I am that person now. You're not giving excess energy to anything, because once you do, an opposite force will come out to balance things out. I hope this makes sense. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and I know you did. Check out the link in the description box for the ebook that got all the techniques that you will ever want to reprogram your subconscious mind. And until this video, I'll see you soon.